Hello there. As I sit in front of the microphone, it is now 8:06 on Thursday the 27th of November 2014. And no matter when you listen to it, that will always be true. This episode is going out on the 10th of December 2014. That to me is 2 weeks in the future, but for you will be at best the present, but almost certain to be in the past. So to you in the future, this is the past saying hello. Give us a wave. Furthermore, if you pause this podcast, we will be frozen in a pocket bubble of time, which will wait while you continue on through time unimpeded. Just imagine what happens if you hit rewind. Finally, to complete the time twists, 2 weeks later, we'll be releasing the next episode, which we recorded 2 weeks ago. So your future is our past. So in order to get your head through all of that, I think it's time we started the quiz, which means it is time to welcome you to the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz Podcast. I'm your host, Big Bad John, and in front of me we have 3 contestants, one of which we have seen before. Judy, hello, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine.
And do you like time travel?
Yes, I travel forwards in time regularly.
And your favourite method of time travel would be?
Life.
Okay.
I'm not really sure how to answer that. I guess, yeah, living.
Okay. You don't like to jump around in time at all?
It would be lovely,
Okay.
wouldn't it? Especially I could go back in time and start this conversation again.
Excellent. And your favourite method of time travel for travelling through time in other directions would be?
Well, it would be a TARDIS, I
It would
suppose.
be a big blue box.
It would be a big blue box with a mad person inside.
Does it necessarily have to have the mad person inside, or would that be you if choice given?
I think he's fairly mad at this stage, yeah.
Fair enough. All right. To your right, we have Megan Pearce. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the Missing Monkey.
Hello.
Hello. Are you a big fan of time travel?
Yeah, definitely.
And your favourite method of time travel would be?
It would have to be a phone box. Just
Right.
any regular phone box.
Okay, just press the right numbers, hit the 2 buttons, and you're away.
Yep.
Fantastic stuff. Are you enjoying yourself?
I am, very much so.
Great. Now, on my left over here, we have Mike Flossie Jones. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
And you're a time travel geek?
Yes, I have been, I will be.
Okay. Now, word is you've already been to the future, listened to this podcast, and have come back knowing all the answers.
I wish. This would improve my performance somewhat spectacularly.
Well, you could just go for keeping a negative timeline so that you actually keep the same
Set
answers.
points in time.
Yeah.
Set points in time.
And your favourite method of time travel?
It's got to be TARDIS.
Everybody loves a TARDIS. And personally, I'm a big fan of the DeLorean. But there you go. Right, now I think we'd best start with the quiz. Anybody ready for the quiz?
Yeah.
No, not in the start. All right, we start with round 1. Round 1 is 20 questions on the buzzers. If you get a question right, I will ask you and only you a follow-up question. If you don't get your bonus question right, then feel free to throw in the answer. You just won't score a point for it. Round 1 is on the buzzers. Have you got your buzzers picked? Megan, what's your buzzer like? Judy? Flossie? Fantastic stuff. And if we're all ready, let's dig in. Round 1, question 1. If you've done 6 impossible things this morning, why not round it off with breakfast at... Judy?
Milliways, the restaurant at the end of the universe.
Correct. Your follow-up question. Which eatery can be found at the other end of time?
Oh, the Big Bang Burger Bar.
Indeed, have a point. Question 2. We're all back on the buzzers here. Question 2. In Days of Future Past, the film, because I've discovered that the comic has different continuity, in Days of Future Past, whose consciousness is projected 50 years into the past? Megan.
Wolverines.
Correct, have a point. Your follow-up. Whose power is it to project someone's consciousness back?
Oh, Kitty Riley? Is that her name?
I'll go with the Kitty. It's Kitty Pryde.
Ah, right.
I'll let you have it. Question 3. In what film is John Cleese Robin Hood, Sean Connery's Agamemnon... Flossie.
Time Bandits?
It is Time Bandits. Your follow-up. What is it that the dwarves have stolen from the Supreme Being?
It's a map of all the treasures in the universe. Well, the holes in the universe. It's a map.
It is.
Checking that.
All I was after was just simply a map.
A map.
It is known in the continuity of Time Bandit as the map. There we go. But you're absolutely right. You can have a point for that. All right, question 4. Which game features Bernard, Hoagie and Laverne travelling through time in toilet time machines called chronogens? Come on. It's a really good game.
Is it Chrononauts?
No, it's not
Something like that.
It's
Chrononauts.
always worth a go.
It's a video game,
Oh, sorry.
and it is Maniac Mansion 2, commonly known as Day of the Tentacle. All right. Question 5. What incident flings Detective Sam Tyler back to 1973? Megan.
Car crash.
Car accident. He gets slammed by a car. Yes,
Well,
he does.
yeah.
I'll let you
The
have
car
it.
crashes
Thank you.
into him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right. Your follow-up question. Which 60s British TV kids programme was remade and put into a small piece into an episode of Life on Mars?
Campbellwick Green.
It was Campbellwick Green. Did you know I was in Life on Mars?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the footy hooligan episode. I'm the first one out of the back of the van.
Nice.
Go back and watch that. Question 6. Corporal Joe Bowers is frozen in 2005 and wakes up in 2505, where humans have the average IQ of a table. What's the most popular TV show?
Is it Hollyoaks?
It's, if you can imagine such a thing, worse than Hollyoaks. Anyone know what the film is that I'm talking about? The film is Idiocracy.
That sounds amazing.
And the most popular TV show in the future is Ow My Balls. All right. Question 7. Who is Claire Ann Abshire, especially in relationship to Henry de Tamble? My missus got this straight away. The book's much better than the film. Lots of hints.
It's not helping.
Is she a hobbit?
No, she's not. She is the time traveller's wife.
Oh, yeah. I've
Yeah.
read that as well.
I love that noise. Oh, do I hear that noise on every question? Oh, that. Never mind. Question 8. How did Superman reverse time in 1978, Judy?
Didn't he fly around the world at the speed of light or something?
He flew around the world really
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how it works. But
Well, I actually did a lot of research into this, of which the internet screamed out in many different forums, it's bollocks.
Right.
Right? But you do get a follow-up question. Well done, you
good.
got a point for that. Right? I was going to do a follow-up question on the science and how many people would die if that actually happened, but no. All right. Your follow-up question. In what film did they use the Omega-13 device to travel exactly 13 seconds into the past? Enough time to change one mistake.
Is it Galaxy Quest?
It is Galaxy Quest. Well done. All
I'm
right.
not giving you a chance.
Question 9. What is the most important rule to remember as a tech operative? Tech being Time Enforcement Commission or a time cop?
Doesn't matter how many clues you give to obscure
It's
movies.
It's a good. It's not an obscure movie at all. It had Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's really
Yeah, I've seen it.
popular.
I don't remember anything about it.
All right. In some people's phraseology, you're not allowed to touch yourself. The actual ruling is the same matter cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Never mind. Moving on. Here we start the role-playing games, board games and card games section of the quiz. Which game stretches from 1865's assassination of Lincoln to now...
Chrononauts.
Well done, Flossie, you've got a point. Your follow-up question. Give me any two of the 3 dinosaurs in the deck.
Oh, gosh. There's Rex.
He is a tyrannosaur. Well done, that's one of them.
And Steggy.
Who is a stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
Do you know the third?
If I rip my brain in half, yes. But
It's probably not worth it. It's just a quiz.
It's a brontosaurus. It's thin at one end, fat in the middle, and thin at the other end. She's called Emily. Well done. This concludes the role-playing games, board games, and card game section of the quiz. Question 11. Who was the midwife at the birth of the Son of Time? Some people have a clue, but they can't remember what I'm talking about. Go on, Megan. What is it?
I don't think I actually know it.
Have
Is
a
it
guess.
from Pratchett?
It is from Pratchett.
Oh.
Well done. Press the buzzer though before somebody steals it.
Yeah.
Go on.
Would it be Susan Stahelet?
No, it wouldn't. Anyone else want to steal this one? It is Pratchett, and I'm talking about a midwife. All right, I'm going to have to call it there.
say Granny Weatherags just because she's...
Next cottage over, it's Nanny Og.
Oh.
Never mind. Question 12. In 2004, a time travel film was made in Dallas, Texas, cost only $7,000 to make, and won the Grand Jury Prize at Sundance that year. Can you name it? And you don't get a point for saying no. Judy.
Is it Donnie Darko?
No, it isn't. I hate that film. Megan.
Timelines?
No, it isn't. Flossie. You would have got it by now if you knew it.
No, don't know.
It's Primer.
Oh, I watched that the other day. That's
Well
shameful.
done. Well done on having seen it. But if I was to go into descriptions along people climb into metal boxes and climb out again a week earlier, you'd get all confused, but you'd probably have got it from that.
Yeah.
Never mind. Question 13. Black Knight and Unidentified Flying Oddball are modern film retellings of which 1889 novel?
What were they called again?
Black Knight and Unidentified Flying Oddball, which actually had another name in this country, but if I give you that other name, I'd give it to you straight away. Go on.
Is it Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
No, it isn't. Anyone else want to make a guess on an 1889 novel that might be vaguely related to time travel? Megan.
The Time Machine?
It's not a bad guess, but wrong, sorry.
Okay.
It is a Connecticut Yankee in the King Arthur's court. Unidentified Flying Oddball I knew from growing up as a spaceman in the court of King Arthur. It's a great film. All right, we'll move on. It's a shame the follow-up for that one had to do with Biggles.
That still means nothing to me, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. Question 14. In the year 802,701 AD, which are the only two humanoid species living in England? Yeah, it's that one.
Yes, it's that one. And,
Come on,
He's
Floss.
doing a dance.
He is. Go on.
my mind's gone.
Oh.
It's incredibly famous.
It is incredibly famous.
The Morlocks
Is one.
And
Oh, but he's pressed the buzzer, he gets the shot.
the Morlocks and
The Morlocks are the ones below ground.
they are. And
The ones above ground are. Megan's really ready to steal this one.
she's going to
I'm
manage
gonna
it.
call
She's going to manage it.
And you're done. Does anyone else know the answer? Press your buzzer.
The Eloy.
Indeed, you get the point.
Oh,
And that would be in reference to
The Time Machine.
The Time
By
Machine.
H.G. Wells.
Indeed. Your follow-up question, Megan. Sorry about that, Floss, but you win, you lose. What is the name of the time traveller in the 1895 book?
He doesn't have a name, he is simply the time traveller.
Well done, you have a point. Do you know what his name is in the film from 1960?
No, I don't.
It's George, after Herbert George Wells. Do you know what the name is in 2002 film? Starring Guy Pearce and Jeremy Irons as the King of the Morlocks. The King of the No, never mind.
I was more watching Jeremy Irons as King of the Morlocks.
Yeah. You don't get a point for this, I could just tell you.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
It's Alexander Hartigan.
Oh.
There you go. But yeah, absolutely right. In the novel, he doesn't have a name. Or it's not mentioned anyway. Question 15, video games. Which 2004 video game involves the warrior Samanosuke in 16th century Japan and Detective Blanc from 2004 Paris swapping places and fighting demons? Okay, I was the only person to buy this apparently. I loved it. I thought it was great stuff. It was Onimusha 3 Demon Siege. A little bit of knowledge for you. Jean Reno plays the voice and face of Detective Blanc. Right? Except when he starts being voiced in English when it's a completely different voice. And you think, Jean Reno speaks perfectly fluent English. What are you doing?
Is he the one in Mission Impossible?
He is. Well done. That's Jean Reno.
Oh. Yeah, why did they dub that over?
Because they're insane.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Question 16. Name any 2 actors to have played John Connor. Megan.
Christian Bale.
Is 1. From Terminator Salvation.
Yep. And... Oh, I should know this.
Come on. The one from Terminator 2. It's the kid.
Oh, I don't know this one.
Okay, Judy.
It was Edward Furlong.
It was Edward Furlong. You got a stolen point.
I had a massive crush on him.
Oh, I had a massive crush on Robert Patrick. I didn't. I loved him. It was great. Otherwise played by Michael Edwards as the adult version in Terminator 2. Nick Stahl in Terminator 3. Thomas Dekker in the Sarah Connor Chronicles. And if you've not seen that, watch that because the end of Series 2 is hilarious. Jason Clarke in the rebooted film that isn't out yet. Gideon Emery in the game. There you go. That is all the actors that have played John Connor. Shall we move on? Oh no, you want a follow-up, don't you?
Not really, no.
Give it one.
How many Sarah Connors were there in the phone book in 1984?
Oh, for goodness sake.
It's a fairly major part of the plot of the first film.
10. I don't know.
Flossie?
Was it 3?
It was 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
very
kills
good.
2.
Oh, he kills the
and-
other 2.
yeah.
doesn't he? Yeah.
Alright, never mind.
Long time since I've seen it. I
Never
don't
mind.
really fancy Edward Furlong anymore, so
It'd be weird
no,
if he did.
no reason to watch it.
Alright, question 17. Everybody's back in. In what town did weatherman Phil Connors spend February 2nd?
Oh,
Judy?
no, I don't know. No, Puxtatorney.
Indeed, well done, have a
Came
point.
out of nowhere.
Your follow-up question. In what town did weatherman Phil Connors spend February 2nd?
No, hang on. No, Puxtatorney?
Close enough, I'll give you the point. Your follow-up question. In what town did weatherman Phil Connors play February 2nd?
I think we may be in a loop.
Shit. Alright, never mind. Question 18, everybody's back in. Which time travel series started with Genesis and ended with Mirror Image? I so want to hum the theme tune.
I don't know, but is it Quantum Leap?
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
First on the
Right.
buzzer.
Oh.
Never mind. Alright, your follow-up question. In what town did No. If Sam leapt and Al was the hologram, who was Ziggy and Gushy?
Ziggy is like a computer that Al
Yeah.
had.
Close enough.
And what was the other one?
Gushy.
Gushy. I don't remember Gushy. It was a dog. He had a pet dog. No, I don't remember.
That was Enterprise.
Sorry,
He was the
I
chief
don't know.
programmer
Ah.
back in the modern day of
Did you know?
1999. Alright, question 19. The HMS Bounty travelled back in time from 2286 to 1986 to retrieve what? The film I'm referring to was in 1986. Anybody? The HMS Bounty wasn't the original name of the craft. Oh, really? I've tried to disguise this as best as I can. Go on, Flossie, you're going to make a guess. I'll give you the answer being 2 humpbacked whales.
Oh! No, yeah, sorry.
Well,
yeah, you've already given the answer. Yeah.
I have.
It's obviously Star Trek. And
It is Star Trek 4. The Bird of Prey was renamed the HMS Bounty.
And the whales were called George and Gracie.
They were. After George Burns and Gracie, and I can't remember her last name. Yes, well done, Gracie Fields. Judge with a shotgun getting in on the action. Did anyone score that? No, they didn't. Okay. Question 20. How does Daniel Boone Davis travel forward in time in The Door into Summer? Judy?
Is it through a door?
No, it isn't. Good effort.
Worth a try.
Anybody?
Style.
It was the long sleep, suspended animation. Never mind, we will move on from that. We have got, at the end of round 1, Flossie, you have scored a magnificent 4 points. Well done. Megan, you have 6 points. And Judy tearing away into the lead with a full score of 7 points. Well done. And here we end round 1. In the break, before we get on to round 2, we'll nip forward in time and actually have round 9, but then we'll come back and deal with round 2. See you in a minute. And welcome back to the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz podcast. It's time now for round 2, and as usual, we have decided the order of round 2 by means of monkey knife fight. Flossie, your monkey won, and so you're going first. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, do you want me to tell you your subject?
Oh, go on.
Your subject is Back to the Future. A film or two that some people might have heard of.
I think so.
All right. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Question 1. In the morning of Saturday, November 12th, 1955, how many DeLoreans were in and around Hill Valley on that morning?
Oh.
And I'll let you work it out, but you get one guess here.
So which year, sorry? Just repeat which year.
1955.
1955. Okay.
On that morning. I'll even give you the extra hint. It's when Biff goes to get his car back.
Yeah.
All right.
So...
Give me what you're thinking.
Oh, I'm thinking there's obviously the Biff's ones that's come back at that point. There's the one that's being worked on. Is there going to be a wrecked one somewhere still in the background making 3?
So your guess is
3.
4.
Oh.
There's the one from the original Back to the Future. There's the one from Evil Biff. There's the one from Future Doc and Marty, and there's one stuck in a mine somewhere outside town.
It's the future one I was missing.
I'm sorry about that, but it was 4. Yes. Question 2. Never mind. Before it was the Eastwood or Clayton Ravine, what was the name of the ravine outside Hill Valley?
So it's not Peabody's Land. That's elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's not.
You want to make a guess?
I'm going to say the Peabody Valley because I'm not sure otherwise.
No, it was the Shumash Ravine after the Shumash tribe that lived there. It had to have a name before the teacher dropped into it.
Okay.
It was the Shonash Ravine, actually.
Yeah.
Just read my own writing there. All right. We've got the audience and they're getting all excited. But they're out of my line. Did you know that one, audience?
Only after you said it.
Only after I said it. All right, then. We'll go back to Flossie. Question 3. What are the names of the Doc's 2 dogs?
Well, the one in 1955 was Copernicus, wasn't it?
Is one, yeah.
And Einstein was the
Correct.
later one.
All right. Question 4. Who told Marty his band were too damn loud?
Well, obviously, the person playing it was Huey Lewis.
That'll do. That's the one. I don't think he was actually given a credited name, but it
Yeah.
was Huey Lewis. All right, question 5. What magazine was Biff reading that got confiscated by Principal Strickland? I still want to make a comment at that point.
But
It's...
there's a couple of different comics, but I'm not sure if it's one of those. I'm trying to think which one. Yeah, I'm going to say for Playboy, just because.
It's not Playboy, but you got the right magazine with the Grey's cover over it. It was called Ooh La La. So when you sit there and go, ooh, I'm going, nearly, come on. All right. Question 6. What is Marty's mother's full name in the evil 1985?
Full name?
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, what's
She'd been married a couple of times, so she had 4 names.
Oh, she was like Lord.
Yeah, we'll go with Lorraine. I'll
Lorraine.
give you the Lorraine bit. You
Yeah.
can whisper that under your breath, but I'll give you the Lorraine. That's first.
I'm trying to think what names it could possibly have been. I'm trying to think.
Well, who did she marry? What was her name?
So it's going to be it's obviously Biff's surname, but
That's the last
yeah,
one. What's Biff's surname then? You're going to give up on this, aren't you?
I'm going to give up on it. Yeah.
Lorraine Baines McFly Tannen.
Of course, it's Tannen.
All right. In the evil 1985, what film was Biff watching in the bath with his 2 girlfriends?
Oh.
And this isn't just a throwaway thing, it was part of the plot.
It was a flop, but it's not the.
Oh,
the
you're
honeymoon.
struggling. You can get...
Is it the good, bad? Is it the good, the bad, and the ugly? No, it can't. Yes, it could be the good, bad, and the ugly.
It was part of that trilogy, but it wasn't the good, the bad, and the ugly. That is so close, and I should give you half a point if we did half points, but I don't. It was the first one. It was a fistful of dollars. All right, never mind. Let's go on to much easier things. Who was the mayor of Hill Valley in 1985?
Oh gosh, I should have watched these again. You know, it would have made it easier. You know,
Possibly.
It's the person that was the.
Right at the start,
Yeah.
let's re-elect him.
It was time, and he was encouraged to
Yes,
go
it
to
was.
run
That's
from
the
there.
guy. You don't know it, do you?
I don't know it.
Okay.
I will come back to it. I read it in the last couple of days.
Okay. Re-elect Mayor Goldie Wilson.
Ah,
Never mind.
sorry.
All right. Question 9. What reason is written on Doc's tombstone as to why he died? The thing that sparks off Marty coming back to get him from the Old West.
Is anybody else feeling painful or not?
No, we're just enjoying watching you, really.
Yeah. You see, these things, I love these films so much, I knew most of these off by heart, but looking at it, not a lot of other people might. I'm giving you as much time as I can, but I'm going to have to push you.
Okay.
I'll even give you the first part. Shall I? Oh, we've got
what's
the
the
audience. The audience has got... Nearly. Shot, yes. Shot in the back by Buford Mad Dog Tannen, yes. But why? Anything, Flossie?
What?
I've given you most of it. Over a matter of $80.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember it now.
All right. Question 10. What does the Rube Goldberg machine in Doc's stable actually do? The big mechanical device that he pulls levers on and makes things happen. What comes out of the end?
Is that the coffee maker?
No, it isn't. You're thinking of Breaking Bad.
Okay.
It makes ice. And offers Marty an iced tea.
Okay.
All right. Question 11. I don't have much hope for this one because
Okay.
I didn't remember it. What is the title of George's first book?
Oh gosh.
You can remember the cover.
Romance. No, it's
It was a romance novel.
It was Love from Space. Love from Spaceman.
We're getting closer. It's not there. It's a match made in space. All right. We'll try an even easier question then. Marty has 2 siblings. What were their names?
And
One of them fades from the top and the other one fades from the bottom.
yes, they do. Go away. No, I can't remember.
Dave and Linda McFly.
Okay.
All right. Which character, here we go, back to the old time cop rules of being able to touch yourself or not touching yourself. Which character comes closest to touching themselves physically?
Lauren, his girlfriend.
Jennifer is third. When she goes, and collapses, that's third. I'll give you another shot.
That's the third closest.
That's third closest.
Well, obviously Marty comes pretty close, but
He's
not really.
nowhere near compared to others.
Okay. Biff comes relatively close.
At what point?
When he's in the back of the car.
I'll give you that one. Biff slaps himself over the head with the magazine. That
Yeah.
is the closest they come to physically touching each other. I'll give you that point. You're struggling a bit. I'll give you the points.
Okay, yeah, it's true.
All right, question 14. In February of this year, February 2014, Christopher Lloyd revealed the existence of the hoverboard for real, along with which professional skater?
Tony Hawk's.
Well done. Take the S off and say it again.
Tony Hawk.
Yes, well done. Have a point. Tony Hawk's being a famous comedian.
Yes.
Britain. All right, question 15. What date was the Enchantment Under the Sea dance? And this would be really useful to have a time machine to go back in time 2 minutes to when I told you.
I presume November.
Yeah?
Was it November the 12th?
It was November the 12th. Give me the year to complete the set.
1955.
Indeed. Well done. You have that point. You now have gained another 5 points, bringing you up to a total of 9. Well done. All right then. Are you happy now that's over and done with?
Relieved.
Did you think it was going to be that tough?
Yes, because I'm strong at Doctor Who.
We'll see about that, won't we? However, you picked, and so we went with Back to the Future. And when I told you were playing Back to the Future, it might have been helpful to actually go back and have a look at them. But that's your choice, and that's perfectly fine. You did very well. You got 5 points. Right, moving down the line, we have Judy. How are you doing?
Hello.
And you are playing on the Fourth Doctor.
I'm a bit scared now.
Tom Baker.
I suspect Flossie might know more than me.
Well, he gets to throw in if you don't get the question right.
Okay.
But you have the full thing, and you're the only person that score points here. So it's all on you.
Good.
No pressure.
Right, yeah, I'm totally calm.
I'll put the gun down. Calm down. Are you ready?
Yes.
Treat it like it's a game.
Far
all it
more
is.
important than a game.
All right. Tom Baker's Doctor Who.
Right.
Ready? Question 1. Name 6 of the Fourth Doctor's 8 companions.
6.
6.
Right. 6.
Give me 6 of them.
The robots count.
Yeah?
Okay. Sarah Jane.
Here's 1.
Leela.
Here's 2.
Nissa.
3.
K9.
4.
Romana.
5.
Romana again.
You know, I'll let you have that. If you're going to out-geek the missing monkey, I will let you have that point. Do you want to complete the set? Any others?
Harry.
Harry is indeed there. Mm-hmm. There are another couple.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember. Oh, there's Adric.
Here's 1.
And
the last one being?
The last one, I can't remember.
Tegan.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay. But well done, you got that one. All right. Question 2. Which episode heralded the birth of the Fourth Doctor?
Planet of the Spiders.
Yep, there you go. Well done. Which episode was the last to feature Tom Baker?
The one where he died. The one where he fell off the thing. It was called...
It wasn't Jodrell Bank, as I found out yesterday.
No, it wasn't.
Right. It was a model. Everybody thought it was Jodrell Bank, but it was just a model. Do you want to give us the answer?
I'm not very good at episode titles. No, go on.
Logopolis.
Wrong.
No, is it not?
It's not Logopolis.
Oh, God.
It's not even Dimensions in Time later on. It was the Day of the Doctor, the 50th anniversary. I asked when Tom Baker was last in it, not the Doctor.
Oh!
Ouch.
If you're going to play with Romana 1 and 2, I'm going to play with that.
Right.
All right.
Gloves are off.
And it wasn't necessarily not the Doctor, because he did make play on that.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into that.
No.
Let's-
We can
let's
argue
not.
about it
We'd
later.
be there all day.
All right. Question 4. In the talons of Weng Chang, the Doctor dresses as who?
Kind of Sherlock Holmes.
It was Sherlock Holmes. Question 5. Who created K9?
Doctor begins with an F.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't know.
No,
It's
that's
Doctor
the other one.
somebody.
It's actually Professor somebody.
Oh.
But then again, in the list of who play, there were a lot of professors around about
Yeah.
the Fourth Doctor's time.
Oh, I can't remember. It was something. Yeah, it was that guy. The professor.
Starting with F, it was Professor Marius.
Oh right. Okay.
Okay. Question 6. What addition to the TARDIS means the Doctor doesn't know where and when he's going?
Well, in fairness, he never does. But he specifically added the randomizer.
It was
to,
the randomizer.
Outwit the Black Guardian.
Did you know you've got backing dancers?
I know it's great, isn't it?
You carry on, Flossie. You do your thing. Right, shame we're not videoing this one for the audience to see it. All right, question 7. Who knitted the scarf?
Flippin' heck.
I'll let you have
French.
either answer.
The French woman. I want to say Madame Guillotine, but it wasn't.
It was Madame, but it
It's
wasn't
Madame
guillotine.
something. It's French.
You need any more time? Because I'm about to push you for the answer.
No, it's not going to come.
It
Sorry.
was Madame Nostradamus.
Oh.
Or in real life, it was Begonia Pope. Right, she was given a lot of wool and told to make something interesting. She used all of it. Went back and said, there you go. All right, question 8. The 4th Doctor appeared before the 3rd, 5th, 6th and 7th Doctors to warn them of what?
Sorry, which ones? The
3,
4th?
5, 6 and 7.
3, 5, 6 and 7.
And I think it was in Dimensions in Time, but I could be wrong on that one.
No, I can't remember.
Flossie?
I'm trying to think at the moment.
No,
It's probably some dire problem.
he was to warn them of the Rani.
Oh.
There you go. Do you know why the Rani was exiled from Gallifrey?
Was it abuse
This
of hair
isn't a
dye?
question, but it's just me asking you general knowledge sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to go with abuse of hair dye.
No. She created giant lab rats that ate the president's cat.
Oh, well, that'll
Yeah.
do it, yeah.
Right.
Sorry, that's very nearly a Narbonne correct.
We'll come back to that in another timeline. Question 9. What was special about Doctor Who and the Daleks in the 7 Keys to Doomsday? This is again, you're not good on titles and things, isn't it?
It's, yeah. 7 Keys to Doomsday. I don't even remember the episode. No, don't know. Go on.
There's a reason you don't remember the episode.
Oh, was it in something else, was it?
It was the name of the stage play they wrote for the 4th Doctor.
Yes,
It went
yes,
on
yes.
for a few weeks at the Adelphi Theatre in 1974 and 75, slightly before my time. All right. In which episode...
No, wait. You didn't answer the question. What was special about the Doctor and the Daleks?
It was a stage
Oh,
play.
just that it was a stage
It was the
play.
stage
That
play.
was the
That
special
was
thing.
the answer.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I thought, all right.
No,
You had her all intrigued.
yes. Well, tell you what. Go online, see if you can find the script and watch it yourself.
I will.
Yeah, watch a script.
That's the sad thing is I probably...
Okay, then. Question 10. In which episode does the Doctor meet Davros for the first time?
Genesis of the Daleks.
Nice easy one for you. Question 11. When he landed on Skaro, the Doctor dropped into a war between which 2 peoples?
The Daleks and the Thals.
The Daleks weren't the Daleks.
They were,
then.
the Thals
Yes,
and the other ones.
yes.
Um,
And now we've got 2 sets of backup dancers.
okay, no, I'll pass it to the backup dancers.
I'm going to kind of allow it because they were eventually the Daleks.
Carlos.
That's the one. It's Dalek
Yes, of course
backwards.
it's backwards.
Yeah. Well done. Question 12. What's the purpose of the crown of Rassilon?
Oh, accessorizing. I don't know.
It's actually not that
Is
far off
it
the
sort of
answer.
to unlock something? It's like a key to something.
Kind of, but we deal with keys elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it- yeah. No, I wasn't going to say that, but like, yeah, it gets you in somewhere.
Not
remember.
It's not the not Phones the Vault.
It's all right. It's not your round. Right? If you want to give us the answer, that's fine. But don't sit there and ponder for an hour. It's not your round
it's
to
not my
waste.
round.
The user can access the Matrix on Gallifrey.
You see, that's you
Yeah.
in the Matrix. That's
Indeed.
lovely.
See, they were well ahead of the game there. Question 13. How many pieces make up the key to time? Backup dancer, full
Sorry,
speed.
yeah.
It's fairly
I
sizable
kind of thought
ongoing
5,
plot.
and then I suddenly had a thing, and is it 7? Is it 5 or 7? I can't remember. I think it's 5. 7. 5, 7. 7.
Pick one.
7.
6.
Oh.
Right. Okay. Tiny details plucked out of random episodes.
Oh, good.
How old does the Doctor reveal himself to be in
Oh.
the Seeds of Doom? I'll let you have it sort of half a century either way.
Half a century.
Yeah. I'm generous, I am at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really nice.
I don't know. I don't really.
Give me a
Pick up
number
on these.
between 1
600.
and 7 billion.
600.
749.
Oh.
Alright. Question 15. Who was the finest swordsman on Tara?
Is it Prince somebody?
No.
I don't know.
Flossie? Nope.
What, did it end up being the Master, effectively?
Nope. Megan?
I have no idea, Zorro.
It was Count Grendel.
Oh,
And the Doctor doesn't actually beat him, so it can't be classified as the Doctor. You have scored a further 6 points, bringing your total up to 13. Well done, you. Going down the line, we have Megan. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thanks.
Your specialist subject is Bill and Ted.
Excellent.
Right then. You ready?
Yep.
Cool. Question 1. Who runs the military academy Ted's dad regularly threatens him with?
No idea.
Colonel Oates.
All right, yes.
Okay. Question 2. Name the princesses.
Elizabeth and Joanna.
Yep, well done. Have a point. Question 3. 6 of 8 again. Name 6 of the 8 historical figures in the phone box.
Socrates, Billy the Kid,
2,
Abraham Lincoln,
3,
Froude, Sigmund
4,
Freud, Napoleon,
5,
Joan of Arc,
6. Can you give the other 2?
I know it doesn't matter, but I'm trying to think now. It was in the phone box.
What's not really ridiculous.
Who wasn't in the phone box?
Napoleon got brought along by being caught in the strands of time by the phone box, and he got pulled.
He
along.
does ride in it
He does-
occasionally.
They sort of put him in.
When they drop into the show at the end, he comes out of the phone box. I'm allowing it. Napoleon is definitely one of the... Can you give me the other 2?
I said Joan of Arc for number 6, didn't I?
No, you didn't, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yes, you did. Yes, you did. Actually did. The other 2, shall I give them to you?
Yeah, go on then.
Genghis Khan
Oh, yeah.
and Beethoven.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody forgets Beethoven. All right. Question 4. What's the name of the water park Napoleon goes to?
Waterloo.
Indeed, have a point. Question 5. What bait do Bill and Ted use to tempt Genghis Khan from his tent?
Oh, what do they use? Like pies or something? I don't know.
No. It's,
No?
Go on, the audience knows this one.
Twinkie.
It is a Twinkie.
Oh,
Rightio. Question 6. What alias does Bill use when calling Ted's father at the police station?
Oh, Deputy...
Yep.
I want to say Harrows, but I know that's not right.
No, it's not. It is Deputy Van Halen.
Oh, yeah.
Question 7. Which historical figure doesn't get an alias when introduced to Missy?
Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, well done. Have a point. Question 8. What activity does Joan of Arc take over at the mall?
Oh, aerobics. Well,
What sort of aerobics?
Dance aerobics.
You know, I'm going to give it to you. It's jazzercise.
Oh, right. It's basically aerobics, though.
Yeah, it is. Here's the nice, easy question of the day. Question 9. Spell wild stallions.
W
Yep.
Y
Yep.
L
Yep.
D
Okay.
S T A L Y N S.
Yes, well done. All right, complete the phrase. Strange things are afoot.
At the Circle K?
Yep, well done. Have a point. Question 11. What is young Theodore's personal hell?
Military Academy.
No,
No?
the young Theodore.
Oh, the young Theodore's personal hell. I don't know.
Judy's
Apparently
dancing
my
now.
backing dancers do.
We're backing dancer. Judy, what's the answer?
I had a crush on Keanu Reeves. Was it
Everybody
being
had a
kissed
crush
by
on...
his grandma?
No.
Was that Bill's?
That was Bill's.
Oh, yeah.
There were 3 personal hells they showed. There was the military academy. There was the kiss by the grandma. The third one was Back to Megan.
Oh, was it being a disappointment to his father? Or was...
It was the Easter Bunny.
Oh, right.
Never mind. Question 12. What is Station playing when we first see him?
What's his station playing?
Mm-hmm. Station. Ah.
I
No, that
don't
was the
know.
other one.
I don't know.
He's playing charades
Oh,
up in heaven.
oh yeah.
All right. Question 13. Easiest question of the night. Again. The rock that evil Bill and Ted throw good Bill and Ted from is also where Captain Kirk fights the Gorn. In which Star Trek episode?
Oh, episode 6?
That's a brilliant and
Oh,
really
sorry.
distracting guess.
I don't know. I don't.
The name of the Star Trek episode where Captain Kirk fights the Gorn off that rock.
Oh,
That's a different episode.
Oh,
Actually.
right, sorry.
That's where Kirk fights Spock.
Oh, right, sure.
Yeah.
oh.
That's an octave.
I don't
There you
know.
go.
I don't know.
It's Arena.
All right. I wouldn't have guessed that.
No, I didn't think you would, but I thought I've got to throw in some hard questions here and there.
Oh yeah.
All right, rather than the easy ones I gave on Back to the Future. All right, question 14. What was Chuck Donomalos a champion at? He was the 27th century's champion of...
0G basketball.
Nope. Anyone want to throw a random guess in for this one? Because it's not the easiest, but it does show up right there on screen. He's the sit-up champion of the 27th century. Shame on you for not knowing that. Shame. Question 15. You may be a king or a little street sweeper.
But
No.
we'll always have Paris. I don't know.
Flossie?
Stole my answer.
It's something. Someday you'll have to dance with the Reaper.
Oh.
Sooner or later.
you'll dance with the Reaper.
You may be a king or a little street sweeper, but sooner or later you'll dance with the Reaper. I love that line. I thought that was a nice, easy line.
It is
for
a
you.
very good line.
You got the Circle K, I suppose. All right, you got a further 7 points, bringing your total up to 13, joined with Judy. Well done. And here we end round 2 while me and Flossie decide amongst ourselves who it is that actually closed the back of the van after Doc Brown drove the DeLorean into it at the start of Back to the Future Part 1. See you next time. Hello and welcome back to the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz podcast, and now we start round 3. Round 3 is normally, and I say normally, a general knowledge quiz back on the buzzers. We'll keep the buzzers in, but because we're playing time travel today and all 3 of our contestants are knowledgeable specialists on the world of Doctor Who, round 3 is entirely Doctor Who. Are you excited by this, Flossie?
Ooh.
Judy?
Yeah.
Megan? Excellent. You see, when I was growing up, my doctor was Peter Davison. How about you, Flossie? Who was yours?
Tom.
Tom. Judy?
Well, when I was growing up, it was Sylvester McCoy, but
Right.
then obviously Paul McGann.
Excellent. And Megan?
Mine was mostly David Tennant.
I
But
think
then
David Tennant was a wonderful doctor, personally.
He was a very good doctor. I'm quite enjoying Capaldi.
Yeah. It's good.
He is doing well, I just don't like his coat. So, round 3 is entirely all about Doctor Who. Since we've got 15 questions to get through, then we might as well go doctor by doctor.
No.
So rather than question 1, 2, 3 and so on, I will go with the first doctor. Let's get somebody want to give me his name? It's not for a point, but give me the name.
William
Hartnell.
Hartnell.
Indeed. On the 21st of November 2013, BBC Two broadcast a dramatised origin of Doctor Who with David Bradley as William Hartnell. Flossie?
Space and Time? Adventures in Space and Time?
I'll let you have it. It's An Adventure in Space and Time. All right. Second Doctor. Give me his name.
Patrick Troughton.
Absolutely right. It's not An Adventure in Space and Time.
It's Adventure in Time and Space.
It is. I've already given him the point. Do I rub it out? I'm going to go over to the judge with a shotgun. The first person to give me the correct answer was Judy, but Flossie was there originally. Who do I give the point to? You're the judge.
I go correct, sorry.
Right, the correct answer wins over a random shot in the dark. Judy, you get the point. Well done. All right. Question 2. The second Doctor. Give me his name.
Patrick
Patrick
Troughton.
Troughton.
Patrick Troughton. Patrick Troughton's reign is pretty much known for the number of missing episodes there are still to find. However, there are only 3 episodes of which there is no found video footage at all, no clips or anything. Can you give me any one of those 3 missing episodes? Stories, whatever. Anybody want to make a guess?
I'll
And
make a
go on, Floss.
Evil of the Daleks?
No.
No.
Anyone? We're going to give up there. It was Marco Polo, Mission
Oh,
to the
cool.
Unknown, and the Massacre of St. Bartholomew's Eve. And although the missing episodes are generally the second Doctor, though, all 3 of those are actually from the first Doctor's timeline. But we'll move on. The third Doctor,
Yeah.
John Pertwee.
John Pertwee, who was the scientific advisor for UNIT. What does UNIT stand for? Megan.
United Intelligence Task Force.
Nearly. Give me another shot.
Ooh.
I'm-
United National Intelligence Task Force?
Oh, so close. I'll let you have one last tweak of that one. Come on.
Right. United...
Stop pulling your face and give me a word. There's a lot of dead air here that the audience is really screaming at you about. It is United.
Yes.
Give me the second word.
I can't do it.
Is somebody going to steal with a buzz in? Judy.
The United Nations Intelligence Task Force.
It is.
Ah.
There's a second
Sorry, I
name, and
felt
we
really
belongs
bad.
have changed the name over what it stands for.
Okay, but we're talking about in John.
Okay.
The fourth Doctor. Who was?
Tom Baker.
Indeed. What is Sharda? Judy.
Was it like a prison?
It was the
prison.
It was the Time Lord's prison
Yeah.
planet. It was also the unfinished episode that was never actually finished
sadly.
because of strikes at the BBC.
Yeah.
Redone by Big Finish for the 8th Doctor's done shorter now.
Yeah.
Yes, but not in video. It's
Okay.
in audio.
Okay.
All right. Question. Well, the 5th Doctor, who was? Anyone?
Peter Davison.
Thank you.
Oh.
All right. The 5th Doctor. What was the purpose of the celery?
It was
Flossie.
to detect the presence of a gas which made it turn purple when it was in the presence of it.
Yeah, I'll let you have that.
Okay.
It was certain gases in the praxis range. And then he would eat the celery.
Indeed.
Wouldn't necessarily help, but he did then eat the celery, was the point. All right, the 6th Doctor. Anyone? The name of the 6th Doctor?
Colin Baker.
Thank you. What was Ravelox? Stop flicking your fingers and talking to the microphone, that being the point of a radio broadcast podcast thing. Flicking your fingers and dancing doesn't help the audience.
His favourite food?
Nope, but well, it's an attempt, I'll give you that one. Throw the buzzer down. Press the button. No, still wrong.
Oh.
You can have another guess now that you pressed the buzzer.
Ravelox.
Yes.
Um,
Nothing about the Jewish food at all. Do you recognise the name Ravelox, anyone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's fine. We're going to get through this at speed of light. Ravelox was the name for Earth after it had been moved and burned to a crisp. All right. The 7th Doctor. Give me his name.
Sylvester McCoy.
Sylvester McCoy. Where did the red, blue and yellow Kangs choose as their battleground? We'll get onto your doctors in a minute.
yeah.
Where did they fight?
I remember the episode.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the name of the episode?
I can't remember that.
Okay.
Is it part of Delta and the Bannerman? Or
No, it
it's not. It's
wasn't.
not Delta and the Bannerman. So.
All right.
No, I can't remember.
Paradise Towers.
Oh, they're the girl gangs
Yeah. It's one of my favourite episodes from McCoy.
with the strong man.
All right. The 8th Doctor.
Paul McGann.
McGann.
What planet was K-Riz from?
Ooh.
Kriz. C''RIZZ.
Ooh.
For
I've
those
just
of you that
blanked it
don't
from
know
my
and
mind.
don't know anything beyond the film from 1996, I think, we're talking about the audio adventures as published by the BBC. Something that I know Judy listens to a lot of.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of them though.
It's in the main
I
range.
picked one of the companions that's there for a long time that wasn't from Earth.
Right, no,
Okay,
don't remember.
he was a Utamison from Baltresoy.
Oh.
Try pronouncing that 7 times. All right, the 9th Doctor. No, I'm not going to care.
Okay.
I hate him. Yeah, Chris, if you're listening, stop taking roles that I've pegged already. He stole my job. Right, what is the more common name of the, and I will pronounce this as best as I can, the Araxacoricophilopattorians?
The Slitheen.
The Slitheen. Well done, have a point. The 10th Doctor. Give me his
David
name.
Tennant.
Yeah. Who is Jackson Lake? Megan.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
You're busted, so excited. You know who this is.
I thought I knew who it was, and then I went, no, that was Chris Eccleston.
Oh, God. Anyone?
No,
All right.
a lot of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
very
He
forgettable.
was the name of the next Doctor.
Oh.
So, David Morrissey played him and was absolutely
yeah.
again, pick an episode that I
Yeah.
absolutely loved. Right? And his TARDIS was a balloon.
Yeah.
It transported him through time and space. Always forward, though. All right. The 11th Doctor, who was?
Matt
Matt
Smith.
Smith.
Matt Smith.
There we go. What power is integral to the silence? Megan.
Once you're turned away from them, you forget them.
Absolutely. You forget them as soon as you turn away.
Much like Matt Smith.
Ouch! My mum says his face looks like a foot.
Yeah.
I always liked the
Yeah.
comment that his face was like it from Easter Island.
Oh,
And there is a slight similarity going on there. All right, the 12th Doctor.
Peter Capaldi.
All right. What species are the 3 members of the Paternoster gang? They're the ones that looked after him when he actually dropped
Yeah.
in through
I know
time.
two.
There was a big dinosaur. Go for it. What?
Well, there's a human.
There's a
Megan?
human,
Yeah.
the lizard woman from the Dawn of Time, and the Centauran.
Okay. That'd be Jenny and Strax, but what species is Vestra, the lizard
Madame
woman from the Dawn of
Vestra.
Time?
She's a Silesian, Silesian.
Pick an answer and go with it. Again, screaming at the radios. You're nearly there. Just
Silesian.
Judy?
Silurian?
Yes.
I didn't know she
Again,
was a Silurian.
Stealing the point.
Sorry.
Actually, I didn't know until earlier today, but there you go. All right. That was all 12. Of course, we've then got the War Doctor. Oh, yeah.
John Hurt.
Yeah. What was the last battle of the War Doctor before he stole the moment? Megan.
The battle for Gallifrey.
It was part of the Time War. It was on Gallifrey, but it was a specific battle on Gallifrey. There was a big important painting made of it, just to give you a really big hint.
Gallifrey Falls? Battle of Gallifrey Falls?
It wasn't a bloody waterfall.
The Fall of Gallifrey.
And it wasn't the fall of Gallifrey, just to give you the final hint.
No idea.
It was the fall of Arcadia.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Question 14. We're doing really well in this round. Question 14. What... Right, okay. We'll jump out of time and space a bit. What event supposedly affected the viewing figures of the very first episode? Flossie.
The assassination of JFK.
Indeed, well done. Have a point. Question 15. Final question. Are you ready? Hands poised. It's all to play for. In 1991, I was 15, Judy.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
How old were you in 91?
Hang on, I'll have to work it out.
Flossie?
I'd have been
19
12.
probably.
Okay.
I
Megan?
wouldn't have been born. So.
There we go. In 1991, the Museum of the Moving Image hosted an exhibition on Doctor Who. Do you know what that exhibition was called? And again, I'm not accepting no for an answer.
Is it the one in Bradford?
It was the one in Bradford. I used to work
Doesn't
just round
help
the
me.
corner from there.
It's a great museum.
It is a great museum. Wonderful. If you're going to a museum, go to that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. We're just spinning time out so people can play.
No
with it.
idea what some exhibition in 91 was.
It's a famous phrase relating to Doctor Who that has survived through the ages. And it was giving up. Oh, Judy, go on. No.
Reverse the polarity
No.
as a gas.
Good guess, but no. Megan?
Bigger on the inside?
Oh my word, that's a completely different sort of museum, but
Oh, right.
well done. No, it's not. Flossie, do you want to have a guess?
Fancy a jelly baby?
Again, a completely different sort of
Yes, that would be
museum.
lovely, but thanks for
The exhibition was called Behind the Sofa. I thought that was nice and
Yeah.
sweet, and I'd throw it in there, even though it's pretty much before any of us would have actually gone to it. And I suppose we now go on for the final scores. And... in last place, with 11 points, it's Flossie. Well done, Flossie. In second place, with 15 points, it's Megan. Well done. Which means that, with a grand score of 17 points, It is Judy. Well done. You have won today's time travel episode. And here is your grand prize. A solid gold medal, not at all made out of plastic. It does say winner on it, though, so you can keep that in perpetuity forever. That's all yours.
That will never decompose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Very
Now's
fun.
the time when we actually tell people to go away and watch things. If I was you, then I would actually listen to the entire episode again, but with friends. Now you know all the answers. However, I will point you in the direction of a film that I didn't get a chance to mention tonight, which is Les Visiteurs. Jean Reno drops through time as a medieval knight put into the future. It's hilarious, and if you get a chance to watch that, then also watch Idiocracy, because that's brilliant as well. Megan, what do you want us to watch, do, see, or get on with? Have you got anywhere online that you'd like to point us at, or any film you'd like us to see? Anything you'd like us to catch up with?
In terms of films that I think everybody should see, regardless of its debatability in terms of being time travel, Demolition Man is always very fun. Wesley
Demolition Man.
Snipes.
Brilliant stuff. I'm really sad I didn't get a chance to ask a question about Demolition Man tonight.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes being blonde and doing karate, it's very funny.
John Spartan, you have been fined 2 credits for a violation of the moral code. Talking.
What's with the 3 seashells?
I don't know. Judy, what do you want to point us at? We already know that you like to do the audiobooks from the BBC. Have you got anything else you'd like to point us in the direction of?
Yes.
Go on.
I would like to point you in the direction of The Anstalt, which is a flash game on the internet. And it doesn't really fit the sort of time travel
Don't
theme,
worry about
apart
that.
from the fact that I discovered it years and years and years ago. And I went and had another look recently, and it's still there, so I was very happy.
And it's called?
It's called Die Anstalt. It's a German game, but you can play it in English. And the premise of the game is that you work in a mental hospital for stuffed animals. And you have to then find out about these stuffed animals' traumas, what caused them to be mentally unstable, and cure them by using various therapies.
If you give
It's
me the address for that, I will find it on the internet and make sure it's in the link dump.
Absolutely. Highly recommended.
Fantastic stuff. Flossie, what do you want to point at? What have you been looking at doing or seeing online?
Oh,
Or do you want to point us at a film?
everybody ought to watch Sapphire and Steel.
Okay.
It's great, as are the audio books as well. And it was originally going to be called The Time Meddlers. It does.
I will own up to something on The Missing Monkey that I don't own up to very much. I know absolutely nothing about Sapphire and Steel. I'm going to go watch it myself at some point. But you were saying something about books earlier.
Oh, the first 15 Lives of Harry August. Rather fine book. It's somebody living their life and they remember it comes back. There's big chains of events. When the world is ending is coming closer. It's well worth a read.
Do you know the author?
Claire North.
Excellent. Well, there we go. That has been the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz podcast. That has been our special time travel episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't enjoy it, then go back in time and try again. Before we go, I'd like to throw you something just in the final realm of time travel. Go find a clock with a second hand and watch it for precisely 1 minute. Watch that second hand go all the way round for 1 full minute and see how long it takes and how long your attention wavers before you're sitting there thinking I should be doing something else. And the eternity that is the one cycle of a minute. And then go and do something that you actually enjoy doing and see how the time absolutely flies past. Personally, I'm going to drop through time and rewrite some of these questions so some of the contestants can get better answers.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice. So we'll come back to the Missing Monkey episode 10 again sometime in the future, or in this case, the past. Thank you very much for watching and catch us online. We are at themissingmonkey.com. See you next time.